Hey, what about that opening ceremony, eh? What a cracking job. I was a bit fear and trepidation, I haven't really been what I would call a Danny Boyle fan. To be fair, I didn't really know who he was from Adam, but what I did know is that train spotting, I gave it a miss. I'm not one for all this deep stuff, and if I go to the theatre, I'm afraid I want to watch a bit of slapstick, and I'm not very sophisticated, and I like to see a bit of the old pie in the face routine. I'm afraid if I'm going, I want to be entertained, and watching people injecting heroin and goodness knows what was not really my cup of tea. So I thought, blimey, what's it going to be like? And then also, how the hell are we, whoever put in charge of it, gonna follow that thing in Beijing? That was quite something, wasn't it? But wasn't it terrific? Absolutely fantastic. I was just blown away by it. I thought the way that he went through the British history, very brave, in this sort of multicultural, politically correct. There could have been people slagging, "Oh, too British, running up the British, why aren't you multinational?" and all this nonsense. But it was good, it was cracking. That bloke, he really got it right, I think, and some of the effects were fabulous, weren't they? How they poured that whatever it was into those 5 rings and then hoisted them up in the air. I mean, how they managed to do that, I suppose what it is it's not actually, it wasn't liquid, I'm guessing. It must have been a load of LEDs that lit up as they went along, which gave it the appearance of of a liquid. It must have had a fluorescent outside, a fluorescing material on the outside of the tube that it was running down, and then the LEDs must have lit up as it went along and fluoresced this tube along, or something like that, because it couldn't have been a fluorescent liquid that they managed to get up there. I wouldn't have thought. Anyway, maybe it is. Perhaps somebody knows how it was done. I'd love to know. If you want to put a comment on there, it would be marvellous. But that was great. I mean, the chimneys was brilliant too, but that's a little bit easier to work out. I mean, that's on a load of pulleys coming up out the ground in sections, like a telescope, like the old spyglass type telescopes of the old pirate days. It was just that coming up on the, but fabulous though, weren't they? And all the smoke coming out of them, and it was just marvellous. And I thought the old NHS bit was kind of brave, that was kind of brave, but it was very, very good. Up in all our institutions, and why Britain is can hold its own in the modern world, and how it kind of made it in, from why it's been such an important country in the in the development of the modern world. I thought he did a cracking job. I tell you, when he first came on, I was riveted. I wanted to watch it, and like I said, I did have a little bit, I must confess, I did have a little bit inside me that said, "Oh Christ, this is going to be a balls up, and here we go." And then when it came on, and there was a load of cows on the stage, and these people wandering around in farmers' dress, and it was all grassy knolls and stuff, I thought, bloody hell, what on earth is going to happen here? But fair play to the bloke, it was absolutely stunning. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The music was good, the music was excellent, and bloody surprise. In fact, my wife said to me, "I bet you," she said, I think she said something like, "Okay, so where's Paul McCartney then? They haven't dragged him out yet." And lo and behold, of course, there he was at the end. National institution, but it does get to be a bit much, doesn't it? He appears on every bloody thing that's going nowadays, but they are still, he's produced good music, fair dues to the bloke, there ain't many songwriters as good as him, and I suppose he deserves his place in the nation's heart and all that. And I'll tell you the last thing, it would appear that the BBC have had a kick up the arse, or at least the camera crew outside broadcasting people, and bloody good job they have too, since that Jubilee fiasco. And at least they managed not to put the bloody credits up over the fireworks like they did at the end of that on the old Queen's Jubilee concert. What a disgrace that was. Brilliant firework display which everybody's waiting for the last minute, you know, at the end, the finale blooming thing, they've putting the credits up over it. I've never seen it so ridiculous in all my life, but they didn't. They didn't this time. I think they learnt a few lessons. I think they've been a few arses kicked, to be fair with you, and I think they should have been. But old Danny Boyle, fair play to that bloke. I am thoroughly impressed. He gets the big thumbs up from me, and this time there's absolutely no need to grumble whatsoever. Ta-ra!